Hello everyone, Shegun Fatuma, welcome. Ngoya Sharis. Niyi Olushola. Charles Smith, Nikki Christian. Welcome everyone, nice to see you. This week, I'm continuing to talk about who wins in life. Who wins in life? Unfortunately, today, I'm kind of strong in quotes. I'm still under my cold, so I'm going to take it rather easy, and I'm going to believe God that I'm going to be able to communicate to you. Well, let's go and share the link to this message. I want to show you a video right now, if you don't mind. So before I begin, let's go and share this message. Go look for the share button under this video. There must be a share button there for you to use. I might need you. So once you've shared the message, the video will be ready to go. Now, one major reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is that I want to set our people free from the deception of religion. I want to set our people free from the deception of religion, from the deception of superstitions, and from the deception of what they call being biased. That is like preconceived thoughts about people, just being biased. That's a word I'm looking for. So I want to set prejudice. So I want to set people free from the power of prejudice, from the power of superstition, and from the power of religion. As a matter of fact, by the grace of God, one of my main activities when I get to Africa is to launch a war against religion. And the thing that we call church, charismatic church, Pentecostal church especially, and especially in my country, all these churches, they don't have anything to do with God. It's just about manipulation. Okay, come and see this one here. I want to show you something here. This is a church that is called Chosen. It's a church that is called Chosen Church in Nigeria. I don't know, but there's a church like that, Chosen. If you see what they're doing all kind of terrible stuff here. It's just disgraceful. And these churches are regarded as mainline churches, mainstream churches. And you will not believe it. This is one of the fastest growing churches in our country right now. One of the fastest growing churches in our country. And these things happen not just in Chosen. I just ran across this video. But these things happen not just in that church, but all churches. They do some crazy stuff, some things that are totally just mind-blowing. It's absolutely crazy stuff they do. And it doesn't want to open it. It's a disgrace. So this kind of madness must stop. I told you the other day that there were churches in Lagos. I mean, I was shown the video of churches in Abuja where they had 5,000 or 10,000 people every day, and they're going to do it for 40 days. In the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, the whole day, basically. So these people, 40,000 people or 10,000 people, are there every day. Look at what these ones are doing. Look at, show it to them. Look at what these ones are doing. Sorry. So that it will be more comfortable for you. In the dirt, they put people in the dirt. See how dirty that thing is. In the mud, actually. To receive anointing, you've got to go and dance in the dirty place. Rolling on the ground in the street. Just in the name of religion. And they told me that this is a mainline church in Nigeria, no more church. See what the guy is doing. See what he's doing to himself. Just because they need miracle for the new year. This is not regarded as a cult. This is a church. This is regarded as a church in Nigeria. Rolling on the ground in the mud. And this church is one of the fastest growing churches in Nigeria. It's called something Chosen, Lord's Chosen or something. And nobody is stopping the madness. And this is regarded as a normal evangelical church in our country. I don't know if you people heard the name of the church before. Something Chosen, the Lord Chosen. But a lot of thousands of people are running to this church. And all this kind of crazy stuff you can find in any of the mainstream churches in Nigeria now. These religious people go crazy in different ways. These ones go crazy this way, but you see other ones go crazy by declaring 40 days of fasting and prayer. People don't go to work. From 8 o'clock in the morning till evening, they are in church. And then the churches are packed for 40 days. That is also, for me, that is also as crazy as this one. For me, that is as crazy as this one as well. Telling people not to go to work just because it's New Year, to be there for 40 days, is as crazy as this. Some people go to that mountain, not just one person or two person, millions of people in the mountains, all over Nigeria, not going to church for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, not going to work. And you want to tell me that is the kind of Christianity that we have? Well, I don't want to become emotional today because I don't have that energy in my throat right now. But just for you to know that, so what I'm doing, I want people to be human. I want to really open people's eyes that religion could be dangerous. Religion could be delusional. Religion could, if you put off your brain, if you stop using your mind, religion is going to turn you into a puppet, Religion is going to turn you into a puppet that is that you just become a victim in life. So that's why I am saying before the end of last year, I was saying that you don't need to run after miracles. Stop running after miracles. You can create your own miracles with your own hands. Let's quickly go and share this message if you don't mind, everyone. Look for the share button and let's share it. Let's quickly share the message today. So what I'm doing, I'm giving you keys that will make you to be successful in life just by yourself, without looking for all those hand laying, pouring of oil and all those things on your head. You know, you could do good by yourself, even if you don't run after all these prophets and go to all these churches. God has already given you all the blessings that you need. God has already given you all the resources that you need for you to become anything that you wish to become. When God finished creating man, he said that everything was good. He's not a liar. If he said it's good to go. We don't even need to be going to him now to begin to beg him and ask him and remind him every 5 minutes, I want to start a business, can you bless it? Or I want to do this, can you do this? No, you don't need to do all that. He has already blessed you. Because in Genesis 1:28, after he created man in his own image, he said, and the Lord blessed them. That blessing has not been removed and it didn't stop. That blessing is still on you right now. Believe God that you have been blessed with everything that you need to survive and to excel in life. You just need to know the laws. He has put everything to be operated under laws. You just need to understand the laws that are governing the earth and go for it. Go and achieve and attain anything that you wish to attain, even if you are an unbeliever. But if you are a believer, I mean, that's an additional advantage for you. And there should not be an excuse. But what Christians are doing is that we are not doing anything. We're busy praying and asking God to come do it for us. So I gave you already about, I think, 4 principles that make people to win in life. Number 1, what makes people to win in life? Who are the people who win in life? The swift. That's number 1. People who are swift win in life. Number 2, who are those people that win in life? I gave you the second principle. The diligence. The diligent are the ones who win in life. If you are diligent, you will win in life. So that's number 2 category of people who win in life. Then number 3 category of people who win in life. If you want to win in life, don't just be diligent and don't just be swift, but be an upstart. Be an upstart. Because upstarts win in life. They will win and reign in life. Then, yesterday I spoke about, apart from being an upstart, if you really want to win in life, you need to be a fighter. You need to be a fighter to win in life. Because if you don't want to fight, you will not win. People who win in life are people who are ready to fight for their rights. They are ready to fight for their purpose. They are ready to fight for their goals. They are ready to fight for their directions in life. Then finally, I spoke last night about another virtue of what it takes to win in life. For you to win in life, you must be persistent. You must have persistence. That was the last thing I spoke about yesterday. So, but today, the message of today is called, to win in life, you must be consumed by a zeal. To win in life, you must be consumed by a zeal. You see, what religion uses to manipulate people and to deceive people, that like those people I just showed you now, is mysticism. Ignorant people use religion as a mysticism, as something that is mystic, as a mystery. So they tell you it's a mystery, and they tell you that you cannot understand. So you have to do mysterious stuff. mysterious stuff that don't make sense. And then that's how you will get your miracle. You know, they tell you that it's some mysterious power that make you to be successful in life. You need to pray like this. Somebody needs to pray for you, lay hands on you, put some words of prophetic words on you, breakthrough something, you know, and all, just make you take your money and, you know, just like witchcraft, really. Just like occultism. The occultic do the same thing. You go to them, you go and do some sacrifices, normally with money, and then you tell them your wishes. So the gods and the idols, they fulfill your wishes. The same attitude we are having towards God. We don't even believe that God has already blessed us. And we don't even act as if, you know, God is a God of light. But in real sense, God is a God of light. God says that everything that has been revealed is for us and for our children and grandchildren, our great children's children. So God is not a God that is interested in holding us up in darkness. God is not a God that is interested in holding us up in ignorance. God is a God of light. But what religious does, they make everything look mystic. As if you can never really know. Oh, nobody knows the ways of the Lord. Oh, the ways of the Lord, nobody knows. Oh, nobody. But what I'm saying is that no, God has given us predictable principles. God has given us rules, laws. If you abide by those principles, you can live on the earth without even doing all those mystic and mysterious stuff that they are telling you to do in churches. Open your eyes. You don't need all those gymnastics in the church to be successful on the earth. That's why the people who run our world don't go to church. They mainly do not go to church. The people who run our world and the people who are most successful in this world, they are not even believers. So why are they still successful? That's a proof to you that God has already put everything that is needed in nature for everyone to succeed. Either they believe in God or they don't believe in God. God has already said that the heaven and the heavens of heavens He gave to the Lord. But the earth He gave to the sons of men. So He has given us authority upon the earth to manage the earth for Him. He's not going to change His mind. He's not lying. So if He has given, and He didn't say, I only give authority to Christians who are born again. He said to the sons of man, as long as you're a man, you can rule and reign on the earth. You don't need to pray. He didn't say, okay, you can rule and reign on the earth if you pray. No. He has given you. He has already settled that. He didn't say, okay, you are going to have dominion if you pray to me. No. He had already told you in Genesis 1:26 that have dominion upon the whole earth. And unbelievers, kudos to them. They just go and do it. They don't begin to doubt and, you know, think, oh, can I do it or cannot do it? They just go and do it. That is why for you to be successful on earth, you need more faith in yourself than you need in God. Because the problem is not with God. God has already done everything. And it's easy to have faith in God. But try to have faith in yourself. Because it's easy to say, oh, God will do it. But what about saying, I will do it? And God is not going to do a lot of things that we are telling God to do. Because God is not going to do what He has already told you to do. And you need faith in yourself. You need to believe in yourself before you could believe that you could actually have dominion upon the earth. You need faith in yourself for you to really believe that God has given you the earth to manage. You know, even though we read all these things in the Bible, we don't really believe them. If we believe them, we'll act on them. Because faith spurs actions. If there are no actions, it means we don't really believe. Well, so who are the people who win in life? The people who win in life, I'm giving you the qualities of the people who win in life. I've already mentioned 5 or so to you. Today is another one. Who are those who win in life? For you to win in life, you must be consumed by zeal. Let me tell you, people who win in life are people who have faith in themselves. People who win in life are people who have faith in themselves, but not just in themselves, in their vision. So this topic of today is about zeal, enthusiasm, zeal. To win in life, you must be consumed by a zeal. To win in life, you must be consumed by a purpose, by a zeal. To win in life, you must be consumed by a zeal. You must be consumed by an energy, a passion. But you will never be consumed by any zeal at all if you don't have a goal and a purpose. So people who win in life are people who are addicted. Maybe that's a better word. For you to win in life, you must be addicted by zeal. You must be, but consume is good. You must be consumed by a zeal. You must be addicted by one zeal or the other. So let me ask you, what is the zeal that has possessed you right now? What zeal are you addicted to? I personally, if you want to know, I'm an addicted man. I'm an addicted man. I'm addicted to God. I'm addicted to his purpose. I'm addicted to his wishes, to his will. I'm addicted by the idea of changing my world and influencing my generation. I'm an addicted person. I'm obsessed by zeal. I'm an obsessed person, obsessed by a mission, by a purpose, by a goal. If you don't have a goal, you can never be obsessed by anything. You only be obsessed by yourself. You only be obsessed by your look, your hairstyle, your cosmetics, and it will let you down in a very big way. It will take you up there and smash you on the floor because you had never called to live for ego and to live for yourself in the first place. That you must, for you to really live and win in life, you must live for something that is beyond yourself, that is greater than yourself. So if you are just living just for you to marry, get a good husband and good children, 2, 3 children, and live a good life for yourself, you will never win in life because that is an egocentric life, and that life backfires. Our life was given to us to be lived for something greater than ourselves. You must live for something greater than yourself, something greater than you, your husband John, and your children Carla and Thompson. You must live for something greater than yourself. You must live for something greater than yourself. And that's when real life begins. That's when real life begins. So for you to really to win in life for real, you must have a goal that is greater than yourself that you are living for. You must have a vision, a purpose that is greater than yourself that you are living for. And then the zeal to get that purpose accomplished. This zeal to get that goal and target met, is that zeal must consume you. And if you are consumed by a zeal, you never lose. You will win eventually. But I don't see people who are consumed around me. I've not seen too many obsessed people. The obsessed people we see around us are people who are obsessed about the wrong things. They are obsessed about sin. They are obsessed about, wrong things in life. But where are the obsessed people from the church? Where are the church members that are really obsessed? Where are the Christians that are obsessed? Where are the believers that are obsessed with some goals and purposes? What are you obsessed with? You cannot tell. You could tell me some stories and say, "Oh, I'm obsessed by that." No, you don't even need to tell me. Your lifestyle will show it. A man that is obsessed, he doesn't need to even open his mouth. He doesn't even need to tell anybody anything, because his obsession is visible to all. His obsession is not just visible to all, but infectious to others. So what are you really obsessed with or by? Are you obsessed really? Well, let me tell you, maybe I could help you here. How do you get obsessed? With a purpose, with a goal, with a direction? How do you live an obsessed life? If you are not living an obsessed life, you are not living at all. Then you are living a paralytic life. So how do you get to live an obsessed life? That's a question that you must ask yourself. Jesus was obsessed. The Bible says that concerning zeal, let me say, the Bible says that, and his disciples remembered that it was written, the zeal of your house hath consumed me. This is about Jesus. The zeal about the house of the Lord had consumed him. Jesus was an obsessed person. For you to give your life to be crucified, you needed to be obsessed. Only someone who is thoroughly obsessed could give his life for sacrifice. So the zeal, Jesus had so much zeal. But that zeal had a purpose. There was a purpose in that. The zeal for your house. The zeal of thy kingdom. The zeal of thy house has consumed me. What is your own zeal? Can you identify your own zeal? Until you identify a goal, and that zeal and that goal must be greater than you. It must be bigger than you. You don't just go and, identify and say one little purpose there. Oh, I want to do some little thing. Oh, I want to. It must be something big. And you must be possessed by that goal. That is when you can really live a full life and begin to win big time. So how do you get to live an obsessed life, a zealous life? You must be consumed by a zeal, one zeal or the other. If you are just living your mundane life, going to work and Uncle Sam kind of life, wake up in the morning, go to work, and you are bragging and putting, you are beating yourself in the chest. Oh, I put food on the table, as if you are doing a big deal. You go and ask the lions. They put food on the table bigger than what you can put. Animals even can put food on the table. So that's animalistic. That is nothing big you are doing. But when you begin to put food on the table of other people, live for others, when you begin to think about the goodness of others, of a nation, of a society, when you begin to think about the eternal things, then you are beginning to live for something that is greater than yourself. So how do you get to live for something that is greater than yourself? How do you get to live a zealous life? First of all, for you to live a zealous life, you must have a goal. That is why you need to figure out what you are passionate about. What is it that is coming from inside of you? I have a 15 or 20 hours training on this. So it is there. If you follow any of the links from me on this platform, any of the links, you'll be able to see that even any of my videos, under the videos, you'll see that there's an announcement there. There are over 500 messages that you could go and listen to. Well, you can go and listen to over 500 messages and just press that link. You will see the list of the messages. And that list, in one of the lists, you will find how to discover your purpose, how to discover your calling. And of course, I have that book that is called Who Am I? So if you don't have those ones, go and get yourself figured out. Go and get yourself figured out. Go and figure out for yourself what you are called to do, what your calling is about, what your passion is. Go and do anything you need to do to discover that your passion. I mean, it's very easy these days. I guarantee you, I give you money back guarantee that if you listen to all my messages on calling, that if you don't discover what you are called to do, give money back. There's no human that has gone through all those teachings and have not yet discovered who they are. Or if you read my book, Who Am I? It's impossible for you not to know what you are supposed to be, to do in life after that. If you are in Nigeria, Shioma is just putting a telephone number here. So you could, call her and get the books somehow and the teachings. She will tell you how to get the teachings and the books. So for you to live a consumed life, an obsessed life, and to begin to win, because until you are obsessed with something, you don't win. People who win are the people who are already obsessed with some zeal. That zeal is what will catapult you into victory. So the first thing you need to do is to discover your passion, your purpose, and your calling. Next thing you need to do, once you have discovered that your passion, that discovery in itself begins to swell up your zeal and your passion. That discovery by itself begins to bring zeal into you. And you must nurture that zeal. Don't just be indifferent to it. Don't just be complacent about it. Make sure that you value that passion that comes to you. But if you just disregard it and say, okay, yeah, my calling is this, and you don't groom it and you don't nurture it, it will never become a zeal that you are consumed by. But you must, once you discover that your calling and your direction, you must nurture it until it becomes a zeal that takes over you totally and completely. You must nurture it until you become obsessed by it. And that's by thinking about it. That's by studying about it. That's by building strategies and tactics about what to do and how you can use it to accomplish the goal of the kingdom. That is when you begin to do research, to study more about that direction and about that passion that you have. Then when you begin to come up with ideas, when you begin to know or study what have other people done through that passion, how did they use their passion to change their world? Then you discover and ask yourself question: what kind of, what do you want to contribute to your world through that passion? What do you want to change in your generation? What do you want to contribute? What do you want to bring to the table? What do you want to be remembered for? So those questions, when you're thinking about them and you are, researching about them, studying about these things, they swell up. They well up the passion in you, and then it becomes an obsession. But you must regularly cultivate that passion. You must regularly touch your passion on a daily basis. You must regularly, nurture your passion. If you don't nurture, if you don't cultivate, if you don't even touch it on a daily basis, it will never develop into a zeal. And it will never become an obsession for you. Because you've just trivialized it. You've just trivialized it. But for it to become your zeal and passion, you must nurture it. You must study about it. Look at the advantages. Look what you could do. Next thing you want to do, apart from thinking about it, meditating about it, doing research and studies about it, next thing you want to do, figure out what you want to contribute to your generation. Figure out what decide for yourself. I want to leave my mark in this particular area. I want to leave my footprint on the sound of my generation in this area. And let it consume you. Let that passion consume you. Let that desire take you over. Then another thing you want to do, you want to be asking yourself, what platform can you create that will help you to use that gift, that passion, to reach other people? You need a platform to be able to reach other people. So you need to sit down and ask yourself and study different kind of platforms. Maybe it's a blog you want to do. Maybe it's Facebook Live like I'm doing now you want to do. That's a platform. Maybe it's a website you want to open. Maybe it's a YouTube channel you want to do. But you must come up with the best platforms that will be able to connect you with the people that you are being sent to and with the people that need what you carry. So that it is the zeal that you have and that obsession that keeps on propelling you and gives you the energy and the enthusiasm to keep on going and pay the price. When you identify your goal and your purpose, that goal and that identification, it brews in you energy. It creates in you some unbelievable energy. That's what we call zeal. So you must be possessed by a zeal. You must be obsessed by a zeal for you to win in life. And then you must begin to push that zeal forward, push forward that idea, that purpose, that, that goal that you have before you. Like an obsessed man. Have you ever seen the way obsessed people behave? Crazy people, the way they would behave? Addicted people, you see the way they behave? They don't care for anything. They go for it. So if you really want to win in life, if you really want to, leave, your mark on the sand of history, you need not just to say, okay, I'm doing the ministry, my passion. Oh, yes, I have a passion. Once a month, I touch it. Oh, yes, once a month I try to do. Oh, once a week I try to do this. You are supposed to be working on it every day, if that is passion. If it is passion, you cannot do without working on it every day. If it is passion, you cannot do without studying about it, or without doing something about it, thinking about it. And it is when you do something about it all the time that that passion doesn't die. But it rather grows and becomes a zeal and an obsession. So determine for yourself what you want to be remembered for, whose destiny you want to change. To whom do you want to contribute? Who do you want to be remembered by? How many destinies do you want to touch? Once you have done that, like I said, go and create a platform. A platform could also be an NGO. So you might want to look for ways to see which one does better. A church also is supposed to be a platform, actually. A church is only a platform. It could be an NGO, it could be a civil society kind of thing. It could be media, social media, network. But don't just sit down there and do nothing and be saying, oh, I hope God will do this, God will do that. And that's what people are doing, those people who go to church. Oh, I'm waiting that God will help me, God will do this, God will do this. No, take charge of your destiny and begin to do what you need to do to win in life. Begin to do what you need to do to win in life. And when you identify your platform, the next thing you must think about is, how can that platform reach as many people as possible? You want to think about promotion of that platform. So if you want to be using Facebook Live, for example, you don't just want to see, you don't want just 2 people or 10 people to view your live program. You want to study how to promote yourself, how to reach even more people, as many people as possible. If you want to have an NGO, the same thing. You want to find out how to use NGO to reach as many people as possible. So study marketing, study promotions, and see how you could promote yourself. The more people you reach, the better. Next thing you must pay attention to is that you must be willing to put in the work without immediate rewards. That's what a lot of people don't want to do. A lot of people want to ask you, what is in it for me? But if you are talking about passion, if you are talking about calling, if you are talking about purpose, you shouldn't be asking yourself, what is in it for me? You have to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all other things shall be added to you. But, first of all, you have to commit your heart. You have to commit yourself. You have to really prove to yourself and to others that you really want to get this thing done. You really want to achieve this goal. It is only after you are totally sold out to that passion and to that goal, to that purpose. It is only when you have totally committed yourself, when you have used all the necessary resources that you need to use. Only after that, God, after having proved to him that you are absolutely committed, only after that God will begin to bring blessings and favor to you. But if you are just sitting around and say, oh, Pastor, pray for me, and you have not committed anything, you cannot deceive God. That's like getting something for nothing. God is not going to allow that to happen. You must commit your own money, your own time. You must commit your friends. You must do everything that is in your power to make it a success without anybody helping you. That is what convinces God that you believe in what you're doing. And it is that will attract other people and to say, okay, they now want to support you. And only after that, it could become money and all other things will be added to you, like it says. So you must be willing to work for your vision and for your passion without any immediate rewards. You must be willing to work without any immediate rewards. Next thing that you need to do, you need to make sure that you speak up on any issue that is related to your calling. You know, a lot of people, silence of the righteous is killing the word. When the righteous keep quiet, when the righteous is silence about issues of life and issues that could change the world and make the world a better place, when everybody is silent, you know, evil just spreads. The reason for the victory and for the triumph of evil is that the good men do nothing and they say nothing. So your platform that God has given you must be a place for you to speak up and to talk out about God's values, about the kingdom values, and the truth that you know about that. Because you are doing that not just for you to be busy, but you want to change some value systems that are wrong into God's value systems. The reason why you need a zeal and a passion and an obsession is for you to be able to change this world, the system of this world, from the way it is to line up with the system of the world, of the kingdom of God. You want to bring the principles of the kingdom to supersede and to rule over the principles of this world. That's why your platform is a place for you to speak out. Your platform is an opportunity and for you to be able to, stand on it and proclaim the values of the kingdom of God. So don't you ever, like a lot of things are going wrong in the society and you cannot speak because people are saying, oh, you don't talk, oh, you don't, somebody will attack you. But if you have a goal and a passion, your passion and goal should be more important than what you are thinking about your reputation. You should care more about the goal that you want to achieve than the reputation that goes with it. So if you are more concerned about your reputation, then you will never do what is right. Then you will never believe what is right, you will never do what is right, and you will never speak out what is right. But the goal to change the world, the goal to be committed to the value systems, the goal to be committed to the principles of the kingdom of God must obsess you, must consume you. You must be more committed to the kingdom principles than you are committed to your own egocentric interest. You must be more committed to advancing his kingdom than you are committed to your reputation. His kingdom must be over and above your own individual interest. And that's why you must use every platform that God has given unto you and the zeal that you have to promote his kingdom, to advance his kingdom and to establish his righteousness and his principles. So your platform is an opportunity for you to speak out for God, to bring God's opinion and God's values to every corner of the earth. That is how you live a significant life. That is how you live a relevant life. That is how you contribute to your world. That is how you change the world. And that is how you win in life. You win when you are winning for others, when you are living for purpose. You win when you are advancing a cause that is greater than you, when you are advancing a cause that is more significant than your own selfish interest. Next thing you want to do, you want to develop some, not brochures, but you want to develop some documents that will explain your vision. You want to develop some memorandum or some corporate principles or some value systems that will tell your people who will come behind you that this is what you are living for. And anybody that will succeed you and take over, they will be able to have some constitution where your goals are well stipulated, and where your purpose and why you are doing all that is already there. And so you have some documents. You must have, so don't just be doing something without writing anything down. Write down what you are after, why you are after it, your principles, your belief systems, so that the next generation will be able to, you'll be able to promote it. And you could also use it as a packaging. You could use it to do promotion as well. You could also, it's easier when you have something written down to give to other people and let other people see what you are doing. It could be a form of promotion and marketing for you as well. Okay. Next thing you want to do, you want to have something like an information table. But you are talking about information table just when you are there physically. But it must be an information table for the whole world, you know. It used to be that you have to be somewhere physically to get the information table and see what is there. But you must have a form of information table that informs the whole world. That's why social media is doing. That's what social media is doing. And that is what blogs are doing. So you must have your own information platform where you are updating people about what is happening with your vision, with your passion, and where other people could have opportunity to come and join you and share in that vision and in that dream as well. Next thing you want to do, you want to practice activism. You want to do some outreaches once in a while. Maybe every 1 month you want to do some events. Maybe every 3 months you want to do an event, or every other month, or every month, or every week. Do something to let the world know that you are here, that you are living for something. You need to send out information about what you are doing to the world. So you decide how frequently you are going to do that. Maybe a conference, maybe an outreach, maybe an event, maybe a seminar, maybe a masterclass, anything. You want to think of different ways to always let the world know what you are doing, and to attract other people as well. People who might want to do, something for God. So your zeal must be, contributing to the world at large, and must be contributing to people around you. That's how you win. That's how you win. Another thing you could do is to, there is something they call TED Talk. You could organize your own TED Talk, your own sponsor a speaker or invite a speaker to come and speak to you, not just to you, but to your community and to your organization. You could invite speakers, interview them, let the whole world know. So by through speakers, other people, you share what you are doing, share your burden, and let other people, join. Now, whenever you live for a passion or for a zeal or for any goal whatsoever, you will soon discover something not very nice, but something that is unavoidable. You will discover that there will be the voices of dissent. Dissent. The people dissident or what do you call it? Dissent. People who will be doubting your vision, who will doubt your motive, who will doubt your character, who will doubt your reputation, maybe people who are even closest to you, who have started with you, then they begin to bring division, they begin to bring suspicion, so you cannot even avoid that one. There is no way you can avoid it. If you are doing anything of significance, there will always be the dissentful voices. Those voices that are coming to, first of all, they will say they come to help you, and then they will become your biggest enemies and your biggest attackers and your biggest critics. So expect that and take that on the stride, with a stride. Take that with, just like normal. There is no way you will live a godly life without being persecuted. There is no way you will live, your life without having some voices of discontentment. People will be, people have their own expectations of you, of what you should do. And when you don't do things the way they are expecting it, then they begin to go after you and attack you. So just expect that things like this will happen. And so you don't need to be angry against people. You don't need to hate people. Just love them. And also, God will not make you to be perfect. Sometimes they see some things, really for sure, they might see some things that are wrong that you did, But it's not their own business to judge you for it. But because God allowed you to be imperfect so that they could also know that they, being imperfect also, could be used by God. That's why God makes leaders to be imperfect. So that people who follow them will see that, oh wow, despite the fact that this man is imperfect, God still uses him. Then it means he can use me too, even though I'm not perfect. But if he sees that and begins to use it against you, that's his own problem. That's his own problem. He's sowing what he's going to reap. Somebody is going to do that against him too. So don't be discouraged because some people come against you. Don't be discouraged because of voice of discontent. I mean, the voice of dissent, discontent voices. Don't be discouraged. Don't stop doing what you need to do. Don't, give up. Keep on pushing forward. Keep on doing what you need to do. Now, for you to really be effective and to have lasting impact, make sure that you work with people and sow into people. And the people you sow into and you invest into, form a team from them. Always have a team of followers. Form a team of people. So those people that you have invested in, those people that you have helped, form a team. So, and from that team, you could form your own succession plan. Succession plan. You could have your successors. You could begin to have your disciples. You could begin to raise up people that will continue the way in what you have started to do. Just like we're on this platform now, a lot of other people have started, opening their own platform. A lot of people have started doing their own programs, their own live broadcast. And that's because, they saw the example. So raise up other people that will be able to continue your work. Don't just be the lone hero. Don't just be the only one that is the big guy. Make sure that you invest in others and you encourage them to be able to do what you are doing in their own way, in their own calling. Give them the support they need. And that is your success, because a success without a successor is really not a success. You are only successful when you have successors. So it's a good thing to raise up people who will do the same thing you are doing. And they will normally come from people that you have influenced. People that you have influenced. So, yep. So organize people. Learn to organize this kind of people. Learn to do trainings for them. Learn to do some leadership ideas. Give them consultations. Give them advice. Give them encouragement that they can do it. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. A lot of people don't have self-esteem. A lot of people don't believe they can do great or they could be great. So, sow faith in people. Let people begin to believe that they also can do it. And let them know if you could do it, they can do it too. And that way, you're having your successors following you. People who will continue or who will duplicate what you have done. Another thing you could do, especially if your organization is getting big, is that you might want to have meetings, regular meetings. So you have to schedule meetings when you are, brainstorming, maybe once a month, maybe once in 2 months, or once in 2 weeks. You want to tell them about what is happening, what you are doing, and and encourage them and let them share the new ideas. Don't ever depend on yourself. Don't ever think that you are the only one who has all the ideas. Get the ideas from the people who are following you, who you are ministering to, who you are touching, and let them also come out and contribute some things to what you are doing, in ideas. And then you contribute to them for them to know that they can do it and it's going to work out for them. And iron sharpeneth iron. So that's why you need some of those meetings sometimes. Then if you are getting really big, then you want to create departments or subcommittees or departments. So that way you're already raising up leaders. So you're saying you are going to be in charge of this, you are going to be in charge of this, you are going to be in charge of this, you are going to be in charge of that. And that way you are already having a team of leaders. So all those people are going to be heading one department or the other, or one sector of whatever you are doing or the other. Maybe public relations, somebody will be in contact with other people. Another one might be in outreaches, technical outreaches. Facebook or other social media. Another person might be in charge of logistics. Another one might be in charge of finances. So just depend on what you are having. Create a system that will make other people to be able to feel that they are welcomed and that they are part of whatever is going on. So let them be in charge of some departments. Another thing you want to do is that you want to come back to all of them and let them always see your progress report. Always let your people see your progress report. Let them see whatever the fruits from whatever they're doing. They must know that God is blessing you, God is blessing them, and that their efforts are not in vain. So they must see the benefits and let them hear testimonies and stories of how whatever they have done, their input is improving the world. And another thing you must normally do, especially in meeting with your leaders, is to always cast vision into the future. Always cast vision into the future. Always do plans for the future. And tell them new dreams. So it is your zeal that is going to sustain you to be able to do all these things. Don't walk yourself to the ground. Don't be the only one that is doing everything. Let people, in fact, you have to walk yourself out of relevance. That you don't even need to be doing anything. Let people do many things. You are only doing the most important thing. You're only doing the most important thing. And that way people will value you. They know that you are not competing with them, but you are actually giving them territory. You are giving them opportunities to grow and to expand. Well, I think that's all I have for you today. You can't believe it, what it takes me to come to you today. I thought I would never be able to get out of bed. I mean, it was so bad. I thought I would not get out of that bed. I thought I would not get out of that bed. But, God's grace is sufficient. And the zeal of the Lord, the zeal of the Lord makes it happen. If you have zeal, zeal will take you beyond your own personal confines and limitations. So I hope you are blessed. Were you?
Yes.
Let's hear from you, man.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. But the way I'm going to do it is that take your stuff, come here. I don't have the strength to be holding this time. Let's hear what Shorunke says. Let's hear what Shorunke says about this teaching today.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, you want to take my place?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
This was this is extremely helpful for me because I personally have been struggling with my own vision, my own big vision, and I think that where I got stuck was trivializing my vision. And
make you come. No, it's the opposite. Okay.
Yes, like Pastor said, don't trivialize your vision. I think that sometimes when you think your vision is too big, you just you let it go, or you think, okay, well, I can't do this, but it'd be a nice thing to happen if someone could do it. But if you're the one who's holding the vision, then why not you? Why not you just sit down and start planning? And these 16 points that Pastor gave us, they're priceless. They're priceless. I will have to go back and watch this many, many times over. Another thing that he said was that even just thinking about your vision, that's working on it. Even just to think, how is this logistically going to work? What are the steps that I have to take? What kind of studying do I have to do to make this vision come to fruition? For me, I have a really big vision for the artistic and entertainment industry in Nigeria. I have an extreme vision, and I have worked in Warner Brothers, and I've worked in Hollywood, and I've seen how their structure is and what their organization is. And personally have had a burden as to why that isn't true in Nigeria. The same goes for museums, the same goes for music halls, the same goes for all kinds of different artistic arenas that Nigeria is more than capable of filling, but they don't have any of these things, they don't have, the world doesn't come to Nigeria to come listen to an orchestra. They don't come to Nigeria to come see artists, sculptures or paintings, or they don't come to Nigeria to come see world-renowned feature films. The world doesn't come to Nigeria for these things simply because they don't have platform. And I think that, I'm seeing now that I am the person who has to create the platform to make us aware of these things, to make us aware that there's a higher height that we could be going at, that there's a higher place that we can take all of our artistic and all of our talents. There's a higher degree that we can get, the higher degree of respect that we can get from the world in all of these areas. And that, I am the person who can create the social media blog or the platform where people can be aware of these things, and that my vision shouldn't be trivialized in that manner. Also, but I'm seeing now that I'm so far behind just with Pastor just sharing 16 points. Each one of these points is probably going to take me a year even to really
develop,
establish, or maybe more for each one of these. So, but I'm glad that I have it, because now I have a system now. Pastor has given us a system now of how to build to the vision that we have. That the vision won't look like a huge elephant, but he's broken it down now into 16 smaller steps that we now can go back and put it into 365 days and see how can I get closer to my goal by taking maybe rule number 1 and just starting to build it day by day. And then once I feel like I've established that to a point where it can work without me being on top of it all the time, then I can start with step 2 and see how I can build upon that for 365 days. I think that right now you're holding a blueprint, but now you need to start working on where am I going to get the materials? What kind of tools am I going to need? How can I keep these tools in top shape as I continue on? So, this is really priceless what Pastor has given us today.
But the problem is that people like you have studied in many institutions. You've gone to university. You've become the best student in your class, in your university. You've gone to Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. To work in Hollywood. You've studied there as well. Mm-hmm. And you've gone even to Nigeria to study, to work. But why is it so rare where we are giving blueprints? That because you would think that if you finish university, you're supposed to have to come out of the university with a blueprint. Yes. By the way, Perez is coming tonight. Perez, tomorrow is Pearl's birthday. Tomorrow, Pearl, my little girl, she's going to be 14 tomorrow. So, because Perez will not be around, Perez is traveling back to the school, and he will not be around on Friday. But on Friday, Pearl will be here to tell us the lessons, the 14-year lessons of her life. But Pearl will be with us. Perez will be here with us tonight to tell us about his sister. But also, he's going to review a book. He's going to review one of my books, I think, Insulted by Ungodliness. So Perez is going to be here tonight. So some of you, because the reason I'm doing this is because some of you said the kids should be coming every week or at least once in a while. So while Perez is around, he's going to be here tonight. I will get some rest because I need it. And so Perez will be the one to speak and review the book Insulted by Ungodliness. And he's going to be talking about his sister, Pearl. So if you want to tell your children and invite them, that might be a good idea. Then tomorrow, which is the birthday, Friday, which is Pearl's birthday, she will come with Zoe, and she will tell us our own lessons so far in 14 years of life. And Zoe also will speak a little bit about. But going back to, by the way, if you have not shared this message, let's go ahead and share the message right now. Look under your video, and let's go ahead and share the message and spread the word. Because a lot of people are waiting for this blueprint. Mm-hmm. And they don't know it. They have the zeal, but they don't have the blueprint.
Yes.
There are 3 messages I have today to talk about zeal. But I don't know. I just think that how to really preserve that zeal and really make it work out. Because I could talk about the importance of zeal. Or I could talk about the importance of passion or the benefits of passion. But I decided to do the technical one, to get it, how to use. It's because a lot of people dissipate their passions and zeal because they don't know how to structure it that way. They don't have the blueprint or what to do with it or how to, package it. So that's why I thought today's message should be about how to package it and how to preserve it and how to build it into a system. So your passion, what I did today is that your passion should be structured and built into a system rather than what churches are doing, what religion is doing. What religion is doing is just making you to have more passion and more zeal. They just make you to have more emotions, but they don't structure it for you. They don't build you so that you know how to build a system around your emotions or around your zeal, and then you structure it. You know how to exactly what to do with that zeal, how to use it to achieve and package it and to last forever, and to really do what that zeal was meant for. Not too many people know how to do that by themselves, and that's what churches are supposed to be doing. And I think, so what do you think about that? Even universities are not doing that.
Yes, and I think that especially for my generation that has the world at its fingertips, you have a lot of zealous young people right now who know that they can do more, but with no outlet, you just have frustration. You just come out of school frustrated because you now have so much that you know you can do, and now you have to be waiting on somebody to see the potential in you because you don't know what all the steps are to do it on your own. You don't have
the blueprint.
Yeah, you don't have the blueprint. And so that's why I'm saying what Pastor gave us today is priceless, because this is what makes us see a vision or have a vision in our heart and then just throw it to the side or trivialize it because we don't have an outlet. We don't have somewhere to put it. We don't have a structure to put it in.
So what happens in universities?
It's not, here's the thing about universities. Universities are training you to go into the workforce. They're not training you to be a winner. They're not training you to be a winner in life. They don't want you to be a winner. Why would they want you to be a winner?
Beautiful. You are so right.
They
want you to go and get a job.
Yes. They want,
workforce.
Even if you look at the way they structure education, they only are structuring you to get a paper at the end of the day. It's the same thing in work.
So true.
They're only training you to now be looking forward to paper at the end of the day. They're not helping you discover your worth. They're not helping you discover your passion, your talent. They're not helping you have a blueprint to succeed in your vision, because they don't want that. They want a workforce at the end of the day. They want people who they can rely upon to make the country more money and to make the few people who are rich more rich. That's the end of it. That's what university is for. That's what high school is for. That's what elementary school, preschool, and kindergarten is for. The second that you start education, it's just training you on how a workforce is supposed to work. It's not about how you're going to attain your vision or how you're going to attain your goal.
Brilliant.
It's all it is. You're just working for paper. From the time that you start kindergarten to the time that you are in the workforce, it's just paper at the end of the day that they want you to be concerned about.
So it's still the same, Uncle Sam?
It's the same, and you're being trained in it from the time you enter school.
And then some people, and they use this as a bait for you, that, I got a good job. I'm going to get I'm going to get a raise. So you bury yourself in that.
There's a metaphor that they use where they say if you put a bunch of flies in a jar and you cover the jar for several days, then you remove the top of the jar, none of those flies will fly anywhere, because they've already gotten used to the fact that this is the height. This is the height of their existence, is to exist in this jar, and there's nothing beyond this jar.
But you too, you are coming from America. And people like you, people of your age, not too many people will be able to afford to leave America for 6 months because they have student loan that they need to be paying for. So they keep on working so that they could afford to pay for the student loan, or they have insurances. So you need to keep on working to pay your medical insurance, your house mortgage, and all that. So for you to really be free to leave America for 6 months and come and just maybe even for more and just come and spend time for your own self. in Ukraine like you are doing now,
Yes.
I don't think too many young people.
You know, to be honest, Pastor, I agree that not maybe logistically everybody will agree with what you're saying, that not everyone will be able to do that. But honestly speaking, I'm grateful to my parents for helping me. But if you really want to do something, you will find a way. Because there are ways that you can postpone your student loans for something that is more valuable. You can postpone it for a whole year. There are ways to do that. All you have to do is be willing. And you can find out ways that you can make sure this happens. If it's really that important to you, you'll make sure it happens.
What about insurances and things like that?
Insurances.
Medical and all that?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. For me, I always knew that I needed to be ready to be uprooting myself at any time.
Credit card.
Right. So I make sure I have a credit card, but I make sure I pay that off every month. That's discipline, though. When I was buying a car, I bought it off cash.
But how many percentage of people do that?
Exactly, that's the thing. But you have to be that kind. You have to have that kind of discipline to say.
So that's a lot of discipline. But a lot of young people your age, they just go for the credit.
But that's the thing that I grieve for that, because I have friends who will say, "Oh yeah, I went and got a leased car, or I went and got a new car. Oh, I'll just make the payments. I have a good job now." Then they lose the job. Oh well, now I have to be finding a new job. That's how it starts. I already know that's how it starts, so I don't even let myself go there. But when you're just kind of, this is how things go, this is how my friends do it, and you're just following the herd. I'm just seeing shackles being put on you progressively as you continue along.
Do they put it on you, or you put it on yourself?
You put it on yourself, You put it on yourself, but what do you know? That's what the parents did. Exactly.
Everybody is doing the same.
If they tell you that, oh, you can get this car for this low monthly payment for the next 12, 24 months. Oh, that looks good. But you're stuck somewhere for 24 months.
So even if God comes to you and says...
Exactly. Now I'm stuck with this car payment for 24 months. For me, this is why Pastor says it's so necessary for you to have foresight, for you to see things ahead. Because, okay, this looks beneficial now, but what will this mean for the purpose that God has given me? If he asked me to leave now and to go here to go do this purpose, is this car payment that was looking nice to me now going to be hindering me from what I need to do? Should be your most important thing right there. Your most important thing should not be the low car payment. Because
your purpose.
Yes, that's more valuable. That's more valuable.
Your calling, your purpose.
And this is how you should look at your life. This is how you should look at your friends. This is how you should look at your money. This is how you should look even at your own family. Is this more valuable than my purpose? Even marriage and stuff. Is this more valuable than my purpose?
No.
Is $200 monthly payment that seems low now more important? Am I going to sell my purpose for $200 a month?
No, but they're thinking it's freedom.
They thought it was freedom, yes.
Because if I don't pay those mortgages, I'll go to jail.
But why? This is why you have to stop it before it starts. But once it starts, then you have to be praying to God now to send somebody to come and pay for a year so that you can come and see Pastor Sandey. And I'm grateful to my parents because they also helped me. But on the other hand, even if they didn't help me, I'd be working double time so that I can make the money, and I would be calling everybody to postpone my student loan so I could come here for 6 months anyways. And I don't have any car payments myself, personally. But that's my own thing, is that for me, everything is weighed against my purpose in life because I don't have any other life but this purpose that God's given me.
By the way, Caroline, there were people after the HMT with the students we did who were saying that they would like to send their children. They were asking, do I have HMT for teenagers? And I do. I used to have HMT for teenagers. People send their children from the age of 12 to the age of 20. So I'm ready to receive them. And I stopped doing that because I was just thinking somebody has to coordinate it. So I'm using this opportunity now to talk to everybody that is listening to me now. If you are interested in sending your kids or your children to Ukraine for HMT for teenagers. So just for teenagers, you want to change their destiny and their direction in life altogether. Because you believe me, if they spend 1 week with Pastor Sunday, HMT 1 week, they will never be mundane anymore. They will never be mundane any longer. They will never be mundane. So what I need you to do, if you want to send your children here for HMT or something like that, I need coordinators. I need, like, for England, I need 2 or 3 people who will be coordinating this, who will say, okay, I want to coordinate. So I want to make announcement every time, and I want to get the names of the people together and how many kids, so that we know it's all organized. Then that coordinator will get in touch with us and say, okay, from my group, I have 20 people. Another person could say, okay, from my group, I have 30 people or 30 children. These are the ages, the information. Then we could set up the HMT. I think if Anastasia could be one of the coordinators, I don't know any other person that might want to be a coordinator. You know, maybe in America you want to be a coordinator, or maybe anywhere you are. Especially people who live in Western world, you don't need visa to come here really, but you need somebody needs to coordinate this from America, from Europe, maybe even from Africa. So if you want your children to come, if we have, I will not even begin to make a plan for it until I know that we have at least 50 people. So if we have enough people that will be coming for this HMT thing, then okay, Nikki Christian wants to be one of the coordinators in the UK. So, okay, you people need to talk to each other. You need to talk to different people, and you need to talk about this on the platform. You need to make these announcements. Some people might be a coordinator from Germany. Somebody wants to be a coordinator from Belgium or from France. So let's think about it, and let me know how many people will get. And maybe from Spain, somebody wants to be a coordinator. Let's see how many kids we'll get, how many kids we have. So if we have up to 50 kids from all over the world, then I could give you a date. Then we could agree on a date when we could do for teenagers, for youth and teenagers, so that we'll give them purpose from when they're very young. We give them direction, like this one now, this message now. Mm-hmm. They could live their whole life and nothing will get to hear something like this. Mm-hmm. And if they get to know this kind of thing from like 15, live a purposeful life every day. Mm-hmm. I mean, they put their life on the right track immediately. So what do you think about that idea?
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. I think most of the greatest people in the world found out their purpose at a very young age. A lot of the composers that we
especially when you have somebody to help you to do it.
Exactly. And I mean, for someone to just hand it, like Pastor Sandey, he'll give his stuff for free. I mean, this is not something to kind of overlook. Some of us, we are privileged to have had some kind of huge life event that made us discover our purpose very young. But when you had a very sheltered life, or you had a very good life, you almost don't have to ask yourself these questions. But Pastor Sandey is here to wake up these teenagers to say, hey, you're just following the herd. If not, if you're not conscious of your life, you'll just follow the herd wherever they go. Your life will just be like a leaf blowing in the wind. So I think that this is a great opportunity, and that if you're a parent or if you're a teacher and students who would love this opportunity, please, or even if they don't love this opportunity, sell it to them, let them come, get them to come, because their life, their destiny is on the line. It's on the line right now. And I personally, having friends that I know that just follow the herd, it's a very grievous thing to watch. So please
if you want to be a coordinator, just write to me right now. Write to pastor@godembassy.org, pastor@godembassy.org. Say, I want to be a coordinator, and tell us how many people you are already thinking of being influencing to come. You could say, oh, I know 2 people that I could invite to come, or 3 people. I would like 2 people to come. So if you want to be, it's like Shinwe wants to be one, right? If you want to be a coordinator, just write to me and tell me how many children do you want, do you already have, or you are thinking about, and who are the people you want to talk to. So we'll get together and see how many people we could get. And we should give these children direction, because like this message right now, a lot of adults don't have an idea how to do all these things.
Oh yes, like I was saying that this is the blueprint for any dream that you've ever had. And it's amazing to me that of all the years that you spend in school, of all the years that you even spend as an adult, you will never come across even maybe 5 of these points that he's given us today. And not even to the extent that he gave us to when you have a really big organization. Nobody's going to tell you that. The only people who know that kind of information are the people who are already there. You know, and they've had to kill themselves to even get to that point. And pastor's sitting here just giving it to us, come on. And you're just going to sit there? It's just not, you have to take advantage of these opportunities while he's here. He's flesh and blood too. He's not going to be here forever. And
the reason why I actually considered doing this is because of the lawsuit that happened 2 days ago, where we lost. We have to start. So it shows me that I'm still going to be in Ukraine for some time. So that shows that I will still be here for the HMT in April, and maybe we could do HMT for children as well. If I'm still going to be in Ukraine, I'm not going to Nigeria so fast as I think. Maybe we could do this. God might still need me here for some people. God might need me here for some people.
Yeah. Well, this is wonderful. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. Very good. You yourself, you are personally, your own personal impression. Are you satisfied that you got this?
Oh yes, I think that I will go back and start writing out.
You need to listen again, actually.
Yes, listen again, and then I have to listen again to all the little points under each of these points, but also to just go back and start putting my own project in this format or start writing it out, because I don't think that I think that some of these things I have like a very foggy vision of, but I don't have I don't have a concrete understanding of these. So, and then also I just need to go back and just start to listen and just to have it really go into my system. So
beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think all of us need to actually, store. We need to save this message, this morning's message. And the way to do that is for you to press the share button, then it will come over to your timeline. It will come over to your timeline. So you could have this message for yourself. And you could actually then send it to your people, to your friends, or to your children, or to whoever. But especially with the HMT, if you are interested in the HMT, for the children, for the kids, for the teenagers, write to me about that. Let's begin to talk about it. All right. So, it's been nice talking to you guys. My time is over. Like I said, tonight, Perez will be with us. Perez will be doing the review of Insulted by Ungodliness, and he will also be talking about his sister. And then tomorrow, we'll be having Pearl talking about her own birthday. She's having a birthday tomorrow. So, so Darlene says she can coordinate for Belgium. Yeah, but if you want to do that, you need to write to me. Anybody that wants to coordinate from anywhere, either Nigeria or Belgium or England or anywhere, or Germany, write to me about it. And tell me if you already have some kids that you would like to invite. All right? So thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you tonight. Bye. And thank you for praying for me, everyone. Thank you for praying for me, for my cold, and for me to recover. I think this morning was really very bad. I thought I would not even come here this morning, but I'm stronger now. As I begin to talk, I become stronger every minute. But this morning, I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even get out of bed. But now it's better. Thank you, guys. Blessings.